Sarvesham Namo Namaha. Welcome to this session on curing the karma. Today we will see the three jewels, the three Ratna, and the cognitive behavioral, psychology and neurology. We will see this in the Prāṇāvāya aspect, Prāṇāvāya being the life science of health and illumination, called also Prāṇāyurveda, Jina Ayurveda, Yoga Ayurveda, Sattvika Ayurveda, Ahiṃsā Ayurveda. I would like to welcome all of you in this beautiful realm of Prāṇāvāya that was revealed to us by illustrious saints, human beings that are the symbol of the ashrama, of the refuge, of the kshama, the patience, the endurance, the compassion, the tolerance, the forgiveness. They are the yogis who had the most immense power to be extremely non-violent, but also to cure and to give liberation, light, enlightenment, health, joy, happiness to immense, infinite, innumerable numbers of creatures. And having kept my head on the ground at their lotus feet on the Mother Earth, I bow down to them, and on their behalf, as a humble Prāṇāvāya physician, I greet you all for this session. Today we will see the first shloka of the Tattvārthasūtra one more time, in another angle, in a new angle. So this sutra says us Samyak darshan jnana charitrani mokshmargaha. Samyak darshan jnana charitrani mokshmargaha. So it means that in English you can write this sentence and learn it. The righteous of heart intelligence, darshana, the righteousness of knowledge, jnana, and the righteousness of behavior, charitra, whether it is physical behavior, verbal behavior, or mental behavior, are all together the path of karmic emancipation, to be aimed for the welfare of all beings, instrumentalizing oneself. That means by walking on this path, we become the instrument of the welfare of all the living beings on this earth. So, why this sutra is so amazing? Why these yogis who have given us this sutra are so powerful? It is coming from the science which is the known, probably most ancient science of the world, this sentence. Some historians dated minimum from 10,000 years before this common era. And this sentence is though at the point of neurology today, at the point of psychology today, because it is exactly depending exactly the science of cognitive behavioral psychology. So why is that? So in this you can see the diagram. In this sentence, in this sutra, we see that there is, on one hand, it's a triad, okay? On one hand, we have cognitive clarity. Cognitive clarity comes with cognition, okay? So, by the cognitive clarity, by how we look at things, how we value things, cognitive clarity can be also said as faith. So depending on our faith, we will have different cognition and we will have different behaviors also. So they are intrinsically correlated to one another and they respond to one another. So what is saying the point of neurology, the point of cognitive behavioral science? It is the cognitive behavioral science is exactly what we call the darshan, jnana and charitra. So why is that? So first of all, in darshan, jnana and charitra, we want to see that at the head and at the tail. That means if we add darshan and jnana and charitra, darshan and charitra are the head and the tail of these three jewels, of these three ratna that we have said. And this head and the tail is the most important the most important king. We call him the king of all the karma. That means if we conquer the king of the karma, we will be able to directly be enlightened, because there is a karma who is leading all the others, and this karma, his head and his tail is there. That means the karma, leading karma, the king of the karma, is called Muhaniya karma, and it is having the combination of darshana and charitra. That means that there is no belief without behavior, and there is no behavior without belief. And this is what has discovered what the latest psychology and what the most advanced psychology has discovered, and is keeping on to confirm this fact since the 20th century. We can say since little bit less than 1 century, the science is confirming this fact that we cannot behave without faith, but we cannot also have faith in what we did not experiment. That means that a person who has never practiced something, who has never acquired the habit of something, cannot have any faith in it. So it is very tricky. How can we grow? Because we will not do what we don't have faith in, but we will not have faith in what we have never done. So we are stuck. How we can come out of this? So that is why we have to understand what is Mohaniya karma, and that is why we need sciences which help us to put our faith in the good places, so that we can little bit progress through the faith or through following a practice little bit. Why we say I'm blindly following? That means without any darshan, without any faith. I am doing an action. I'm having a behavior. I'm having a charitra. So, to come back to this Karma King, what is extraordinary here is that the Karma King is itself having the name of the science itself. The science is so much based on this correspondence between behavior and between cognitive clarity and faith, that they have called the science cognitive behavioral psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, cognitive behavioral neurology. And cognitive behavioral means the head and the tails of the three ratna on one hand, plus it means the concept of the king of the karma, Mohaniya karma, which is the darshan plus the charitra. So, which is the faith, the cognitive clarity, plus the conduct or the behavior. So, now we will see a small difference which we have to understand. In the cognitive behavioral psychology, they say that what you have never done, you cannot have faith in it. But what you have never done, it is according to them only by verb or only by physical action. But here, when we say behavioral, because the yogi, they were not only masters of their deeds, they were not only masters of the willpower of their physical body or of their language, they were the master of their thought. So, in the tradition, when we say behavior, we mean that a behavior which is thought, verb, and physical behavior, not only the two last. Okay, so this is one of the most interesting, we can say, because in Western country nobody can dare to think that one day he will control all what goes in his mind, because of course it is the most difficult part to control in a human life. So I have put it you little bit complex diagrams, but slowly you will become familiar with this. But I will give you a very good example. A person who is drug addict. So we always have a friend who is having a bad habit that we don't have. So when we see him, we think, oh, my friend, poor him, he's still doing this, he's still doing that. So imagine your friend is having addiction to a substance, and you will tell him, don't take this substance. And your friend, when you say him this, he cannot believe you. He cannot believe you because he is taking it, he's addicted to it. And because he's addicted to it, he's not able to believe you when you will say, come on, if you stop this, you will be more happy. Because neurologically, he's not able to see. He's not able to have any faith because he has never practiced this. And he's too scared. But we are the same. We are the same. We have thousands of bad habits and we don't know them. There is only one person who is not having habit in this world. They are the yogis. They have the yogis who have conquered, first of all, the violence in them. Because conquering non-violence is conquering all the wrong belief and it's conquering all the wrong behavior. And only by having the faith in non-violence, we can take out all our addictions. Because and we cannot imagine that they are here. Because when we see the addict person that we know, we imagine our friend, compared to this yogi, we are so addicted. And we still don't believe. And we think our addiction is giving us strength and happiness. Like the addict, we are sure that yes, what I'm doing today is giving me strength and happiness. So neurologically, it is not wrong because my brain is habituated to this. So what is habit is a pleasure. This is the big thing that we are trying to explain you. Because you are habituated, your brain thinks it is the pleasure. But dehabituating you from all the types of addiction that is starting by anything which will create violence anyhow to any living being, including you, any of these habits makes you blind and makes you stuck. So this was the explanation of this diagram. To understand this diagram, we can understand two things. Everything, as per the cognitive-behavioural psychology, I gave you two diagrams. In the cognitive-behavioural psychology, in the second diagram, they say that the center of all our life is spinning around the core belief of the people. We can only make change our core belief to make our thoughts, to make our feelings, and to make our behavioral changes. So the core belief is like a triangle in the middle of a 3 rounds diagram, and the core belief is Samyak Darshan. And if we want to take the center belief, we should try to observe in our mind that whatever is violent, we justify it by cognitive bias to continue to practice this violence, and we get stuck because of this. We have to try to open our heart to this belief that violence will never do anything good in my life. So it does not mean that we have to be absolute, yes, because anyhow I cannot be 100% non-violent, so I will not be at all non-violent, because this is the cognitive bias of anything or nothing. So we should be balanced. We should say, okay, I know that I have to improve so many aspects of my life compared to an absolute non-violence. Let us try just a small step. Let us try a small step that will not be a revolution in my habit, but that will be a small step. So the idea of a small step is the most important thing to leave these habits and leave this violence and to grow. Because what we have to understand is that this circle of darshan, jnana and charitra, it is around that because I will change my darshan, because I will change my faith, I will change my thought process, and then and my knowledge, and then I will change my behavior. And because my behavior has changed, finally my darshan also will change. So this diagram that has given us this first sutra, and that after all, after we can say 12 thousands of years, 12,000 of years after, some scientific people came with their microscope, came with their statistics, their database, their huge research, and they said, oh yes, the same thing. Of course, these yogis and these great seers, they have seen it through the power of their ascetic practices and their immense, the unimaginable purity of their heart. Because of this they saw, but because also they experimented on thousands of generations. Because here, when we say, okay, it's a good research because I had 100, I have tried my research on 100 people, I have tried on 1,000 people, but this rishi, they have tried on 10,000 years of generations and generations. So the study and the research cannot be more powerful than their research. Anyhow, they are giving us the triadic, the triades. That means the triple round. This triple round is the mechanism of the virtuous circle of our life that we have to change. And we should be patient with ourselves. We will change our belief. Slowly we will try to have faith in non-violence, and slowly our knowledge will evolve, and slowly our behavior will grow. And because this behavior will grow, because we have done one step forwards, of course when we go one step forward, our point of view changes. Like when we walk on a mountain, it is the same. Whether I put my eyes in the front, whether I put my feet in the front, my eyes and my feet, my eyes and my feet, my feet and my eyes, my charitra and my darshana, my charitra and my darshana, and then my darshana and my charitra, my cognitive faith, and then my behavioral cognitive psychology. So this was the topic today. Thank you so much to everyone. I hope I did not hurt any creature in this world by what I said, and I'm very sorry that I'm using these modern equipments. And I hope also I did not say anything which is out of the message of the great masters. Shubharatri, Michami Dukaram, Shubhadinam for others.